You see, when a government wants to control people, not govern, but control people, what they do is they try to gain power of brutally controlling people through various enforcement agencies. So you see these governments giving more power, some government give more power to the military and try and see that military is imposed on a particular state and or a particular group of community or people, and the military controls it. Happens. Sometimes the government gives powers to police, enforcement agencies, extraordinary powers. Why? So that they can control the people. What happens when these people and men at arms controls people? People are completely submitted because they submit to the government. People get very scared to go against the government. People get very scared to speak against the government. People get very scared to say anything against the government. Acha, what happens then? What happens then is you have a submissive crowd. You have a group of people who are almost slave to the government, who does exactly what the government wants them to do. Okay. Now the next question you are going to ask me is, bhai, kyun? Aisa kyun hota hai? How? Why do people allow this? Of course people allows this. The people are told, Baba, listen, for your security, no, your security, we require to give more powers to the police. You see, that community is very wrong. That community is going to harm you. So to protect you from that community, what we will do is, we will give solid powers to the police. The police can pick up anybody, anytime, any day and put them behind bars. And that's how it happens. And the people tend to believe that, yes, correct. To save us from that particular community, our government, our good government is giving more power to police. And police can pick up those community people and put them behind bars. Beat them up or whatever. Hum log safe ho jayenge. But then what happens is that powers are not limited to any community. That powers becomes the power of the police. And most often than not, these powers are misused. And that is what you call autocracy. That is when you have an autocratic government. Okay, why am I saying all this? Okay, now I'll tell you, Delhi police is likely to get more stringent powers for preventive detention. What it means is, Delhi police is going to get a power that Gujarat police had, which is called as PASA Act. PASA Act, and I'm going to read a lot so that I don't say anything which is wrong. It has to be read the way it is. The Gujarat Prevention of Anti-Social Activities Act 1985 provides for preventive detention of bootleggers, dangerous persons, drug offenders, immoral traffic offenders, property grabbers, for preventing anti-social and dangerous activities prejudicial to the maintenance of public order. While it was first published in Gujarat Government Gazette in August 2nd, 1985, it is deemed to have come in force in 27th May 1985. This is what PASA Act is. PASA Act first happened in Gujarat. Concept very clear. If the government feels that that man is doing something antisocial, he can pick him up and put him behind bars. Well, judiciary, baat mein. This is what the act is. Now, what is the problem? The problem is this act is misused. The authorities have received criticism over misuse of the act, especially since the criteria of multiple FIRs is often met through complaints filed years ago, for which the detainee has not even been convicted. Critics and legal experts argue that the act infringes upon a person's personal liberties. See, there's one more thing. The police can pick you up as prevention. So even if you have not committed a crime, the police can pick you up to prevent you from committing a crime. Your FIR that is listed some years back. For that FIR, even if you are not convicted, you can just be picked up and put behind bars. Which means, what is the state trying to do? The state is trying to ensure that the state has the right to pick up anybody and put them behind bars at will. And especially in Delhi, which is Arvind Kejriwal's fiefdom. So if somebody is supporting Arvind Kejriwal and the government doesn't want him to support Arvind Kejriwal, he is picked up and put behind bars. End of story. Khatam. And this is what the people are worried about. Now another thing is, let's talk about has this PASA Act actually worked in Gujarat? It's called as actually the Gujarat model. It's part of the Gujarat model. But has this PASA Act worked in Gujarat? I'll give you some figures. You see, in September, according to Gujarat Assembly, data provided in September 2021, of the total 5,402 orders to detain people under the PASA Act over the previous 2 years, as many as 3,447 were cancelled by the Gujarat High Court. That is, over 60% has been cancelled, which means the Gujarat High Court felt that they were unnecessarily caught and detained. This is what this act does. The judiciary found that people were detained for no reason, over 60% people. So imagine they were just put behind bars, possibly beaten behind bars, possibly went through all the things that goes behind bars for a crime they have not committed. Because the judiciary felt it was not right, 60%. So then why are they put behind bars? What is the reason they are put behind bars? And look at it from a larger perspective. What is the reason LG of New Delhi wants this act, the PASA Act of 1985? What is the reason why the LG wants the PASA Act of 1985 to be implemented in Delhi? You think about it, you decide. Let me know your feedback. I will be waiting for it. Write down in your comments and do share our video if you like it, and press the subscription button because we need more subscribers. Don't you think so? So please press our subscription button. And till I see you in my next report. Namaskar.